Think you know Ninja songs? Old school or new school? Stand a chance to win big on Gusto Guess the Song. To be a part of this, call the numbers on your screen right now. Come on board and let's do things the Gusto way.
Hello guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions. Once again, thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. We love you. We appreciate every one of you. Big Lala is very much in the building, and of course, we're talking about Big Lala's girlfriend. Yes, sir. The one and only, Alade, who is currently pushing all the boundaries in Afrobeat at the moment. Tems, baby, in the building. Tems, baby, your baby.
Baby, don't listen to this guy. The baby I'm talking about knows herself, but baby, don't listen to this guy.
Tems, baby, right?
Yeah, I used to be baby.
Anyways, Tems, of course, racking up the records and everything. Afrobeat, the most monthly listeners for a female Afrobeat artist on Spotify. Rose from number 4 to number 3 to number 2, now to number 1, beating likes of Yemi, Alade, Tiwa, Savage, even the guys, the FERs and the guys.
If you like, Seth, include the guys. How many of them get 5 million?
5 million mostly. Anyway, let's focus on the female right now. Tems doing the Lord's work, 5.3 monthly listeners on Spotify. That is amazing. That's amazing. Now, what would you say to a lot of people who are saying, oh yeah, well, she has 5.3, but if you go and look at maybe like 5 million of those, listeners and everything, they are listening because of Essence?
Well, Madam Sabi, one, everyone knows how Spotify does their listeners, whether you featured on something or it's your song, the listeners, they are listening to you, then obviously it counts towards your listeners on Spotify. And this is huge, by the way. That means over 5 million people have heard Tems, either on Essence or some other songs you featured on, or even on personal songs. And that's huge. And I love this stat so much because it gives you an idea of how many people have heard your voice, like heard you sing a song. Like that's a dope start. To now, let us just sit down one day and just think, over 5 million people. This is just on one platform. Now imagine if there was such a stat on Apple Music, Boomplay, or even radio. Like if there was such a start to know how many people are actually listening to it will now dawn on you the more like, wow, a lot of people have actually heard me, and yes, she should be grateful for this.
Does this make her the biggest female Afrobeat artist right now?
Okay, fine. You asked me that question when I said no, but I think I'm still gonna stick to no. I don't think it's
still a no.
Yeah, I don't think it equates to being the biggest Afrobeat star, because you can't use only this as a stat. This is just based off like from people who rightly say off maybe the feature of Essence. Majority of these listeners, yes, if not a large chunk of percentage, is due to that. But is she going to sustain these numbers when Essence has, gone past the peak that it has set? Is she going to retain it? And that's what we need to start. The question we need to start asking of Tems, how is she going to retain these
numbers? Yes,
she has to do the work. She has to retain the work.
But for someone who is actually a very I have to say this. Tems poor at social media management.
She herself has said, and it's not even an excuse. Like, if you can't handle your social media by yourself,
get someone
to handle it. It's no, that is it. You know what's even annoying? People have to tag and bug for you to post
the remix
that Justin Bieber was on. That's, so you didn't think that
it was good enough.
It's something that used to be on your page.
Yeah, to be on your page and everything.
Come on.
When the whole Essence wave, no matter how big that song is, it will come to a time when the whole thing go.
Yes.
And when the whole Essence wave comes and everything, like we said, is this number going to still be sustainable? Will this number still remain the same? What does she need to
do?
Yeah.
Now, this is if she was smart, because these monthly listeners now, if you release something new, release something new, because these people are your monthly listeners, right? They are active listeners of your music. Spotify will do one thing: they will notify. Not only just in their mixes. Oh, you've listened to Tems before. she just wants something new, they will add it in their algorithmic playlist.
Yeah.
And that's dope. That means these monthly listeners, you're feeding them something new. But if you don't do that and these people stop listening to Essence, that means automatically they stop listening to you. If they've not got on your other songs,
new songs and everything. Yeah.
If they've not got on your other news or other songs that you released in the past, that means automatically they are off listening to you. And have you feeded them something new while you are at the peak of your powers, people listening to you? So if you don't do that, you're going to lose a half chunk of this by the time Essence goes down.
Because you know the good thing, the majority of people are listening to Essence. These guys are listening to Essence.
Yes, of course. It's the correct assertion if they're saying that. Nobody's saying it's not. Of course it is. Even the blind can see that it is. So all she needs to do is she needs to find a way. I don't know, maybe she's trying to get permission from the WIZKID before she does something new. At the end of the day, she's Tems and WIZKID is WIZKID.
Exactly.
She needs to find a way to feed these guys something new. Try and retain some of these guys. Because if you don't, it will definitely fall to come down. Yeah.
What does this figure? What does it do for her music and for her music career?
And it does a lot now. Like a brand, for example, like if she wants to say, oh, somebody wants to endorse Tems now, and they say, oh, they want to do like a EPK for her. Oh, right now, what would they include in there? 5 point something million monthly listeners on
Spotify. Yeah.
4 point something clinic on Audio Mac.
Yeah.
This.
The numbers are there.
The numbers are there right now for her to pull for anything. Or if someone wants to book her for a show, like, you want to book her for this is how much I charge. And so, oh, it's too much. Too much for me to have these numbers. It does a lot for a brand right now, and I just hope she can retain it.
And you still don't think that, you still think that there's a long way for her to become like the biggest Afrobeat
artist? No, it goes beyond this, to be honest. It goes beyond this. But this is a huge feat that she has cracked. I was checking, people were saying, oh, she's the first female Afrobeat artist to cross 5 million. And that's huge alone by itself. And she set a record right there for other people to attempt to beat.
Still all the same, thanks to WIZKID, right?
Of course. Now you first don't believe, but you don't come back to become a believer. So you are forgiven, your sins are forgiven. Yes, FC, Edariji, Omowanon. Yeah.
Omowanon, Omowa.
And for everybody, not for one particular person. And for outsiders, and for 30BG,
okay.
And for FC.
Everybody, okay. Not service soldiers.
And for everybody, including service soldiers.
Lala is for nobody and it's for everybody. Right? Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts. Tems with over 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. What exactly does this mean for her career? The social media, a siesta we'll call her, whether she did sleep on social media right now. Tems, what exactly does that also mean for her career as a brand and everything? Put everything down below. Of course, all thanks to allegedly all thanks to WIZKID, to WIZKID, the Tems, WIZKID Essence, of course, Justin Bieber on that remix as well. Over 5 million monthly Spotify listeners. Of course, put everything down below. Put your comment down below. Put your thought down below. Put your suggestion down below. Put everything down below. Of course, in the comment, we'll respond to some, if not all of you. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.